in order to make his escape. I believe he took advantage of a migration of wild birds. He happened to be in the vicinity of asteroids, so he began by visiting them. The first one was inhabited by a king.
Ah, here's a subject.
For kings, the world is extremely simplified. All men are subjects. The little prince looked around for a place to sit down, but the planet was covered by the magnificent ermine cloak. So he remained standing, and since he was tired, he yawned.
It is a violation of etiquette to yawn in a king's presence. I forbid you to do so.
I can't help it. I've made a long journey, and I haven't had any sleep.
Then I command you to yawn. Come on, yawn again. It is an order.
That intimidates me. I can't do it now.
Well, then I command you to yawn sometimes, and sometimes to...
He was sputtering a little and seemed annoyed, for the king insisted that his authority be universally respected.
Sire, excuse me for asking.
I command you to ask.
Sire, over what do you reign?
Over everything.
Over everything?
With a discreet gesture, the king pointed to his planet, to the other planets, and to the stars.
Over all that?
Over all that.
And the stars obey you? Even the sun?
Of course. They obey immediately. I tolerate no insubordination.
I'd like to see a sunset. Do me a favor, Your Majesty. Command the sun to set.
You shall have your sunset. I shall command it. But I shall wait, according to my science of government, until conditions are favorable. That will be That will be tonight around 7:40. And you'll see how well I am obeyed.
The little prince yawned.
I have nothing further to do here. I'm going to be on my way.
Do not leave! Do not leave!
If Your Majesty desires to be promptly obeyed, he should give me a reasonable command. He might command me, for instance, to leave before this minute is up. It seems to me that conditions are favorable.
The king, having made no answer, the little prince hesitated at first, and then, with a sigh, took his leave.
I make you my ambassador.
He had a great air of authority. The little prince thought that grown-ups are so strange. The second planet was inhabited by a very vain man. Now, to vain men, other people are admirers. Vain men never hear anything but praise, so the little prince continued on his journey. The next planet was inhabited by a drunkard. This visit was a very brief one, but it plunged the little prince into a deep depression. The drunkard was sunk in silence before a collection of empty bottles and a collection of full ones.
What are you doing here?
Drinking.
Why are you drinking?
To forget.
To forget what?
To forget that I'm ashamed.
What are you ashamed of?
Of drinking.
The drunkard withdrew into silence for good, and the little prince went on his way, puzzled. Grown-ups are certainly very, very strange, he said to himself as he continued on his journey. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. This person was so busy that he didn't even raise his head when the little prince arrived.
Hello. Your cigarette's gone out.
3 and 2 make 5, 5 and 7, 12, 12 and 3, 15. Hello. 15 and 7, 22, 22 and 6, 28. No time to light it again. 26 and 5, 31. Whew. That amounts to 501,622,731.
500 million what?
You're still there? 501 million... I don't remember. I have so much work to do. I'm a serious man. I can't be bothered with trifles. 2 and 5, 7...
501 million what?
Oh, of those little things you sometimes see in the sky.
Flies?
No, those little shiny things.
Bees?
No, those little golden things that make lazy people daydream. Now, I'm a serious person. I have no time for daydreaming.
Oh, you mean the stars.
Yes, that's it. Stars.
And what do you do with 500 million stars?
501,622,731. I'm a serious person, and I'm accurate.
And what do you do with those stars?
What do I do with them?
Yes.
Nothing. I own them.
You own the stars?
Yes.
But I've already seen a king who...
Kings don't own. They reign over. It's quite different.
And what good does owning the stars do you?
It does me the good of being rich.
And what good does it do you to be rich?
It lets me buy other stars if somebody discovers them.
And what do you do with them?
I manage them. I count them and then count them again. It's difficult work, but I'm a serious person.
If I own a flower, I can pick it and take it away. But you can't pick the stars.
No, but I can put them in the bank.
What does that mean?
That means that I write the number of my stars on a slip of paper, and then I lock that slip of paper in a drawer.
And that's all?
That's enough.
That's amusing. And even poetic. But not very serious. I own a flower myself, which I water every day. It's useful to my flower that I own her. But you're not useful to the stars.
The businessman opened his mouth, but found nothing to say in reply, and the little prince went on his way. Grown-ups are certainly quite extraordinary, was all he said to himself as he continued on his journey.